Hi, I'm Dorothy Pomerantz. I'm the LA Bureau Chief of Forbes, and I'm here to talk about our list of the top paid actresses in Hollywood. Topping our list this year is Kristen Stewart. Now, Kristen Stewart might seem like a surprise at the top for a lot of people, but to me this makes perfect sense. The Twilight kids earn a ton of money for their films at this point. We're looking at the fourth installment of this very, very successful franchise hitting theaters this year. That's the kind of thing that a young actor is going to get paid a ton of money for. So Kristen Stewart might have earned less than $1 million for the first Twilight. Now she can demand $12.5 million, according to our estimates, per film. The reason Kristen Stewart is at the top is because in addition to Twilight, she also had Snow White and the Huntsman this year. That film has been doing pretty well. She got a nice upfront payment for it. Not as much as she would have gotten for another Twilight film, but it's still a good chunk of change. And the success of that film means that Kristen Stewart is now really becoming a bona fide movie star. Ranking second on our list behind Kristen Stewart is Cameron Diaz. Now, Cameron Diaz was actually sort of quiet this past year. It seemed like she didn't do that much. She had one movie, Bad Teacher, which was a sort of a raunchy comedy, and it did well, but you know, I didn't think too much of her professionally and from an earnings point of view. But when I started digging into the numbers on that film and talking to a lot of people in Hollywood, everybody said, you're missing the picture on this movie. She earned a ton of money. And the way that she did that, she took a much smaller upfront payment against a larger share of the profits. The film didn't cost that much to make, and it earned enough that it was actually incredibly profitable. That's how Cameron Diaz lands second on our list. She, of course, still earns from Shrek, but this kind of deal that she had on Bad Teacher, this is the deal of the future. We're going to see a lot more movie stars earning in this sort of similar way. Third on our list behind Cameron Diaz is Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock earned $25 million between May 2011 and May 2012. Like Cameron Diaz, Sandra Bullock has not been that busy lately. She's taken time off to raise her son. She still earns money from The Blind Side, her 2009 film that was just such a massive success, like very few things we've ever seen, that she'll keep earning from that for years to come. She did one small movie called Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, and she would have earned not her full salary, but a decent amount of money for that. The film didn't do great, so there's not a lot of backside on that. She'll earn more from her upcoming film called Gravity. This is sort of a big budget sci-fi movie that stars Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. They're both getting a lot of money for it. It's a great pairing. She's very in demand despite being quiet for the last year. And I think we're going to see her salary really is going to stay steady at a high level unless she has a couple of flops in a row. In fourth place on our list is Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie was spending most of her time this year working on a very, very small movie called In the Land of Blood and Honey. It's a very personal film she wrote and directed about the Bosnian War. Now this film, it didn't even earn $1 million at the box office. It didn't do very well. But it did establish her as somebody who can write and direct a film. That's going to mean a lot for her next project when she wants to direct something else. Finally, fifth on our list is Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron is having something of a career resurgence. It started with Young Adult. That was the Diablo Cody film. It didn't make that much money, but it did get a lot of critical acclaim, and it was good for Charlize Theron. She immediately followed it up with Snow White and the Huntsman and Prometheus. These are two films that are out right now that are both doing really well. And it just shows Charlize Theron is a big movie star. She's a great actress. She's beautiful. She can do small. She can do big. She can do action. She can do it all. Plus, she's the face of Dior. These kinds of endorsement deals are huge for the actresses on our list. Sometimes they can give them more money than their actual acting career can. She's earning a lot from that. It was a great year for Charlize Theron, and I think we're going to see a lot more from her in the next few years.